Bill O'Reilly here, Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening across our nation. The Attorney General says there will be no new special counsels. Politicians take the virus vaccine. Researchers at MIT find a way to cut the COVID risk. And in Britain, there's absolute chaos because of a new strain of COVID. Also ahead, was this year the worst year ever? But first, Attorney General Barr confirming his department, the Justice Department, has no plans to investigate allegations of voter fraud or Hunter Biden. Mr. Barr resigns from his position tomorrow as Attorney General. The president, of course, wants the Department of Justice to probe the 2020 election before Congress certifies the count on January 6th, but that will not happen. Doctors giving the virus vaccine to the country's top politicians, including President-elect Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, members of Congress, and some governors across the country. Next up, those over the age of 75, then the general population. New study from MIT in Massachusetts says removing the middle seat on a passenger airliner can reduce the risk of COVID 50%. The odds of catching the bug while airborne, about 1 in 10,000. Every American airline now requires face masks for all passengers and crew while on board, except when eating. The British government in big trouble. It's shutting down the entire country just a week before Christmas after a new strain of the virus strikes London. Trains from London were canceled. Flights to Europe, North America, Asia axed after the announcement from Prime Minister Johnson. However, some planes are landing London JFK, causing controversy. National pride in the USA plunging to its lowest level ever. According to Gallup, 63% of Americans say they're extremely or very proud to live in the USA, compared with 92% back in 2003. Biggest concerns, race relations, and the economy. In a moment, one other year may have been worse than this year. We'll tell you all about it after these messages. Investors, are you seeking steady cash flow, ready to diversify? Have you considered a proven real estate investment fund? NRIA is one of the nation's leading realty specialists and offers 10% annualized monthly payouts, with bonuses targeted to 21%. That's right, you could receive steady 10% return monthly payments with bonuses. You know, they specialize in realty investing done right. Even use your 401k or IRA to invest. NRIA's 15-year track record and $1.2 billion in new construction development backs you. So learn how you can invest in this hard asset real estate cash flow fund today and receive 10% annualized monthly payouts with bonuses. This is something savvy investors should research and consider. Please call now, 201-210-2727, 201-210-2727, or visit nria.net.
An offer to buy or sell any security is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. National is a real estate development firm. See us at nria.net.
Time now for the O'Reilly Update. Message of the day was 2020, the worst year ever in America. Maybe. Only one other contender, 1929. Back then, there were 121 million Americans. Now there are 330 million of us. Life expectancy in 1929, 56. Now it's 78. Herbert Hoover was president. Gangsters like Al Capone ran entire American cities. Between September and October 1929, the stock market crashed, wiping out $30 billion in assets, more than 5 times the entire federal budget. The Great Crash, also known as Black Friday, occurred on October 25th. Speculation, stock manipulation, bad loans to buy stocks, all prompted the biggest market sell-off in history. My parents saw that. They suffered. It was brutal, and the Great Depression, which started in 1929, lasted more than a decade. But this year might have topped it. First, we had COVID. On January 22nd, I was the first national reporter to warn the country that the China virus was lethal and would spread. And I knew that because the Chinese army had surrounded Wuhan, and anybody who tried to get out was either shot or arrested and placed in isolation. When you have an entire army surrounding a city of 8 million, you know it's serious. Secondly, George Floyd. After he was killed in Minneapolis, the nation erupted. First, the protests were peaceful and necessary. A message had to be sent. Then, the looters, the arsonists, the anarchists took to the streets largely unchecked. And that caused racial unrest, more than 2,000 police officers hurt, about 10,000 civilians hurt, billions of dollars in damage. It set back race relations 2 decades, in my opinion. And then, of course, the suspect election. All of this happening this year, COVID, racial unrest, and the suspect election. Now, perhaps as many as 50% of Americans believe there was massive fraud in the election. That means the credibility of our vote is damaged. I don't know beyond repair, but it doesn't seem like the federal government has any urgency to investigate this. Just yesterday, Attorney General Barr, who leaves tomorrow, that we're not going to investigate it. And he admitted there was fraud. You can't have that kind of a system and still ask Americans to have confidence in their country. So I say 2020, the worst year ever for the United States of America. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by writing at Disagree. I want to hear from you, bill@BillO'Reilly.com, and please consider my new book, Killing Crazy Horse. Put it under the tree. Christmas is coming. The Killing series, including Crazy Horse, a perfect gift for your history buff. In a moment, something you might not know. As you know, Joe Biden has won the election, and with economic uncertainty looming, I am now more than ever recommending you diversify with gold and silver. The only company I recommend is American Hartford Gold. I trust them. I personally have done business with them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA, and they make it easy. Please call them now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I've been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold itself up over 40%, silver up 60%. So don't wait. Call them now, 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Now the update brings you something you might not know, a very O'Reilly Christmas. Now, I encourage people to write down their own personal Christmas memories in a journal. It's a fun thing to do. Now, here are 2 of my most vivid Christmas memories. I'm 7 years old. House is quiet. I'm in Levittown, New York. I have the only bedroom on the 2nd floor. I get up, it had to be 5 in the morning, all right? And I creep down the stairs, but I stop about midway because I didn't want to wake my parents and my sister up. I look at the tree, which was in a tiny living room. This is a very small house. And under the tree is Fort Apache set up with all the soldiers and Native American warriors spread out around Fort Apache. I was thrilled, and I believed in Santa Claus at that time. I was just thrilled. Now, I had to wait about 3 hours before I could play with the toy, but I remember sitting there on that stairs. I was 7, all right, and I'm looking down. I was so happy. Great Christmas memory. Here's another one. I'm 20 years old. I'm studying abroad in London. All my friends who came over with me from America go home for Christmas. I don't go home. For some reason, I wanted to explore Europe. So I get on a train and I go to Vienna. I figured that's a good Christmas place, Vienna, Austria, because of the Vienna Boys Choir and St. Stephen's Cathedral. I said, I'll go to midnight mass. That'll be a life experience. Okay. I get a little pension in Vienna. I put on some nice clothes. I walk over to the cathedral, and they won't let me in. I said to the guy, he spoke a little English, it's Christmas Eve. I'm Catholic. I want to go to church. I want to go to midnight mass. You need a ticket. So I wandered around Vienna. It was freezing. Midnight on Christmas. But it was a tremendous experience, I have to say. So those are my 2 most vivid Christmas memories. Again, write yours down. Back after this. Did you know thousands of animals are abandoned in the wilderness and need our help? I have partnered up with Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill care for life animal sanctuary in the world. I recently donated $10,000 to them. Unlike most others, Delta Rescue does not spay pregnant dogs or cats. Delta Rescue allows all moms to have their litters, and they care for the entire family for life. Founded by actor Leo Grillo, Delta Animal Sanctuary is one of a kind. Trained attendants look after each animal, providing them with water, treats, toys, and affection. So please support Delta Rescue and put your legacy to work. Each life-giving gift helps Delta fulfill their mission. Request a free estate planning package at deltarescue.org/bill. For a limited time, watch The Rescuer for free, only at deltarescue.org/bill. The Rescuer is an award-winning documentary about Grillo's rescue of a family of dogs abandoned in the wild. deltarescue.org/bill. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.